foreign to them because they're told so often defence, defence, defence. But this game tonight, all about attack. Burton, of course, the turnover there. Bug, little kick back inside. Mark taken by Morrison. Handball onto Burton. Burton now goes from a long way out.
Look at that.
That's a ripper. Zuper.
I reckon in the first half, Brian, he kicked the longest 10-pointer we've seen in the comp so far. It was almost beyond the wide X, and that was from long range too. So Ryan Burton on fire. Now just 3 points. Long ball back in. Melcham been really good. Got rid of his direct opponent. And that was Burton, and then took the mark. Long now into McDonald, who got out the back on the smaller Hanrahan, then takes the mark directly in front.
Mark's here. Time just come around. 10 gone. 10 seconds gone.
Real mismatch.
Mark's here. Thanks, Christian.
Big Tom.
15.
He's using every bit of his 20 seconds.
181 centimetres Hanrahan, so he's never going to have the size for Big Tommy. He comes in, he makes the goal umpire work, but it's there.
Same again, just from behind the line, please.
9-point lead, Melbourne.
Maxie Gorn mentioned earlier tonight he's one of their 2K time trial specialists, Big Tom McDonald. I never knew he had that in him. Good endurance. Arms. The muscle. Petrarca snuck up on the inside, but coming off the bench to stop that was Nash. So now Neil Bullen, the intended target. Burton trying to spin out of trouble, but Petrarca had him covered. Well done by Bug to Neil Bullen. A quick kick out of the pack. Brayshaw will be under immediate pressure here from Hanrahan. Got him high. Did he duck? Umpire said yep. Or is it last touched out of bounds? It's a Hawthorn ball anyway to Hanrahan.
Almost ripped the helmet off Angus Brayshaw. Hasn't had it on all pre-season. And once the whips start cracking, he's got it on. I think wears it as much for his mum's mental health as anything else. And I don't blame him, because it's been pretty stressful for the family with all the head injuries he's had.
Good game to get his confidence, though, knowing you're probably not going to get a head hit. This isn't it? Not a lot of contact.
Played the back end of last season and started to play really well. So fingers crossed for Angus, as he might end up on the end of this, although it's short to Bug. It wasn't a great kick. Chopped out by the Hawks. And this could really make it hurt, but Dylan Moore misses to the left-hand side of behind for him.
Kicking, short kicking, got to be perfect in this game. Neville Jetta has to pinpoint out wide, and he did it really well to Harms. Players pushing forward here. Just slides that over the top to Neil Bullen. He can get it and go. Decided to wait, even though he had 3 options or 3 players inside 50. Now to Bug. He elevates. I thought he had a real good earn of that footy. Umpire said no, so we keep going here as Nash. Dashing run. Hardwick ran out of space and ran out of bounds, so Melbourne free, and Neville's after him and a little angry with him as well. 2 hard nuts going at it here, and Neville just making sure the head of Hardwick just gets a little bit of a welcome to the ground.
It's
Brownie.
Brad, look at him.
You're right there, Brownie.
BT, you wanted to know why he's wearing the number 15 jumper. I reckon you saw it just there, Blake Hardwick. He's got a lot of mongrel in him, and that was a great contest.
Up out of his seat, Campbell Brown. As soon as he gets a whiff of anything like that, he's all over it. Ball to the back, Neil Bullen makes a contest of it. Melcham's been fantastic, releasing handball to Brayshaw, back to Melcham. Tight confines, he rips it around the side, through the hands of Maynard. Brayshaw with a crunching tackle. Have some of that. Now Neil Bullen to finish, and he does.
So that was great play. Hey, Brownie, have you seen any sign of any injuries on the benches tonight?
No, there's been absolutely no injuries, which is fantastic for everyone involved. But don't worry about the bruise-free football of AFLX. This is the game that they should highlight just how exciting it is when there's some big hits and tackles.
10 tackles for Melbourne. None better than that one from Angus Brayshaw. A pole-driving bruiser. It was. There's Hardwick, Petrarca. Game getting just a little serious here now. The last 5 minutes of the grand final. Anyone's game, 44-30, and they're now officially playing for keeps. Here's Harms. Thought about going, but he will get a Zuper opportunity. No, it's just inside the 40. So just the 6 points on offer here He'll wait for the Hawthorn players to clear out to the Melbourne players, Hawthorn players to clear out. Try and give it off for a 40 opportunity.
Shot here from Harms. Looks like he might have pushed it right. And just behind the result. So 14 points. Hawthorn, the fatigue factor is what's interesting. They've just played the game before this one to earn a spot in this grand final, and it's going to be pretty hard for some of these boys to back straight up and play again. Nash.
They're pretty fit, JB. They are only playing a total of 60 minutes footy for the night.
There are only 7 of them on the ground, though, I guess.
Yeah.
They keep talking about how fatiguing it is, the players we speak to. Short ball. Tia Miles off to Burton. Inside, so it's only a 6-point go, but it's stuck through.
Oh, it's tightening up. 9 points now. Demons from fullback. Bug with a high footy. Good mark, Melksham. The runner, McDonald. The Zuper on offer. He's been run down from behind. Great tackle from Warple. Not paid.
Jeez.
Not paid.
Had to be.
And as a result, a Zuper from Bug.
Jimmy Warple. You can hear the Hawks fans not happy. He's going to get on the end of this. He goes sideways to Burton. Jeez, that looked like the perfect tackle, didn't it? Burton off a step. Gets it into the hands of Hardwick. 3 minutes to go. 19 points the margin. Hardwick rips a long ball. Misses. Just to behind. Let's have a look at the Warple tackle.
Yeah, well, here it is. He ran him down. Or they may have just handballed it in the end, Tom McDonald. Umpire may have given him a bit of a latitude, or at least that's what the call was, I would say. Whether your interpretation at home is right or wrong, I think that's what his interpretation was. And here's an opportunity as well from Ross. Couldn't quite close it. 7.5 minutes gone of the 10 allotted time. Brayshaw. Back in here now.
As the fatigue kicks in, the presenting up just evaporates.
Doesn't it?
This is Petrarca with a very clever one-handed mark.
Becomes more the one-on-one thing, doesn't it?
They just have not got the wheels to turn around and come back up at the footy. Inside the forward 50. This man's been electric. Jake Melksham just missed near side. 2 minutes left. Lots of work for the Hawks to do.
Very serious there. Craig Jennings, I think that was, the coach of Melbourne we just saw, urging his team on. Hardwick now running out of time here for the Hawks as that one's knocked away from O'Brien, but as a result will be his free. Now he could go back and slot this. It's a kick of 50 metres. Short ball, Hardwick. Warple marks, but it's only a 6-pointer. Needs to find a 10-point opportunity.
Yep, needs to go quick too.
Yep, and not really understanding the situation of the game here, I wouldn't have thought. Or is it more? It will be more. It is now. That is a 6-pointer, so it does help, and now they need the Zuper.
Minute to go. Need to be very careful with the footy. Even a Zuper won't get him there, but they need it next. Oh, Burton had a good piece of that. Not paid. Taking the ground when he didn't have it potentially. Bugs pushed out of it. Now they get the chance through Warple. Off a step, misses left.
That was the Zuper opportunity right there. 30 seconds left in this one here. You'd think they are home now, Melbourne. Set himself for this and done a great job. What a good mark that was. Gee, O'Brien.
Great aerialist.
He is. He and Sicily. Both talent to burn and kick from a long way. It also misses. And Melbourne are going to go on and win the AFLX Grand Final night 2.
10 seconds to go. Neil Bullen to bring it in. Long ball forward. Push in the back. Not going to matter. Siren sounds. Melbourne have won AFLX 2.